Hi and welcome back to Matthew's Culinary Corner. Now today we're going to use the pastry I made in my pastry recipe. It's a puff pastry and we're going to make a cherry cheese Danish. Well, we're going to make several, about 10 I think. So the ingredients are puff pastry. Let's weigh this now. So this is about just over a kilo of puff pastry. So we might cut it in half and have 500 grams, and then we'll work with that. Okay, we've got our egg wash, which is basically just mixed egg with a tablespoon of water and a little bit of salt. I've got 99 grams of granulated sugar. I've got 8 ounces or a pack of Philadelphia cream cheese. 1 egg, 5 grams of cinnamon, some vanilla extract. I've got some raw sugar here, about 43 grams of raw sugar, or coarse sugar. Really, we just want crunchy high sugar. And then we've got 349 or 345 grams of pitted sour cherries. Okay, so let's get cracking. Okay, I've got my rolling pin. What we're going to do is we're going to roll this out. I've cut it in half. I've got 500 grams, and it's we're going to do 8 by 20. Now what we're going to do is we're going to cut that into 10 4 inches or 10 centimeters, 10 by 10 basically. So I'm going to done it by 23, so that's going to be half, 11 and a half, and go up, and then 4 down. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Great. So we've got 10 squares basically. Lovely. I mean, they're not perfect, but it's pretty good. And these will be our Danishes. Okay. So next thing we're going to do is I'm just going to cover this and put it in to let it rise a little bit. Okay, so I've got 2 trays here, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put the pastry on here, and I'm going to actually just cover those and let them rise for about 30 to 45 minutes. And then meanwhile, we're going to make the actual filling, okay? Okay, so while our dough is slightly rising, you don't expect to rise too much, we're going to mix our cream cheese. I'll have to break it up. I've got a paddle attachment here, and our sugar, granulated sugar. And we're going to mix that until it's light and fluffy. Then I'm going to add our vanilla essence, which is 1 teaspoon if I didn't mention before, and our cinnamon, which was 1/4 teaspoon. Okay, now I'm going to add the egg. We're just going to bring that together. Nice, so if you can see, we've got a nice little, smooth mixture. And all we're going to do is we're going to add 2 tablespoons of this mixture with about 1/4 cup of our cherries onto our pastry. So let me just go get the pastry. And while the pastry was sort of resting and rising a little bit, the oven was on 200 degrees Celsius. So I put 2 racks in the oven, bottom third and top third, so that we can just put our trays straight in. So let's get our trays and start making some lovely cherry cheese Danish. So I didn't expect them to, you know, rise humongously. And also, you know, I didn't make it exactly 10 by 10 square, etc. I mean, this is home baking. So the good thing about pastry, puff pastry, it's going to work anyway. Okay, so let's get a spoon, and that's about 2 tablespoons. Just going to plop that in the middle. Spread it around a little, but not to the edge. Okay, we want to leave some of the edge. Right, I'll do the other ones later. I'm just going to take about 1/4 cup of cherries and put them in the middle. Plop. Lovely. So 1/4 cup is about 38, 33, 35 grams. Basically, you can see how many by how they fit. They should just fit nicely in the middle. Okay, so this is what they're looking like now. I quite like the rough look, and I think this is great for a beginner because you don't have to do all the folding of the pastry and so forth. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're just going to egg wash the edges. And that'll make it nice and brown. And that's when it's going to really rise up where there's no actual mixture. And then we're just going to put the sugar on and pop it into our oven. And it's about a teaspoon of sugar per one. So just sprinkle it over. All right, that's looking great. Okay, my oven's up to 10. One in the top, one in the bottom. Okay, they're in the oven for about 20 to 25 minutes. Keep an eye on them and you'll watch them rise. Okay, great. Okay, time to take it out of the oven. Oh, oh, very nice. Oh, very nice and brown. They look great. We're going to let them rest for about 20 minutes and we're going to give one a go. Nice and brown, maybe a little crispy. Maybe my oven seems to be quite hot, so that was at 200 for 20 minutes. So again, it all depends on your oven, but looks good and I can't wait to taste them. Yum. All right, so it's been 25-30 minutes. 30 minutes, yeah. So we have our lovely pastries. I'm going to try one now. It's crunchy. Okay, that's pretty good. To me, that tastes like a Danish. The crunch of the pastry, the raw or coarse sugar really helps with the texture. The filling is yummy, and the pitted sour cherries are just perfect. What a great combination, right? The sour with the sweet, and that is great. Pastry's cooked really well and it's risen nicely. And guess what? We've got another 500 grams still in the fridge of the puff pastry from my first recipe, my first puff pastry recipe. So check that out. But you can always buy puff pastry in the shop if you want. and then you can get to this point and just make this. So that's what I've got another recipe to do with the next lot. So let's see what we make. Meanwhile, I'm just going to indulge myself a little. I might have to have the whole one, but great with a cup of tea. Right, take care. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell, and I hope to see you soon. And it really does remind me of my childhood and everything that Mum made. Really good.